Welcome to WWP Clips. This is the official Clips channel for We Want Picks. We will be uploading our individual fight breakdown videos here, so make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our content. And as always, go to wewantpicks.com/bets, sign up with any one of our 5 betting partners, make a deposit, and we send you $50 as a thank you. Next up at UFC Long Island, we have the main card opener.
Speaking of Long Island,
we have a that doesn't even.
Oh, it goes.
Like it's not even,
the chat knows. Speaking of Long
Island,
we have Miesha
we've got
Tate.
Lauren Murphy. We've got Lauren Murphy taking on Miesha Tate at flyweight, and this fight was rebooked from UFC 276 because Lauren Murphy had COVID. Lauren Murphy's 15-5 overall, but 4-1 in her last 5, and she's coming off that loss to Shevchenko in a title fight 8 months ago. Miesha Tate, 19-8 overall, 2-1 in her last 5, 3-2 if you count her insanely dominant performance on Celebrity Big Brother. I don't know if you guys watched that, but she ran that show. Did you watch that season?
I didn't.
Oh, man, dude, she won every challenge and the show. It was incredible what she did. Anyway, Celebrity Big Brother. Miesha Tate, she came back after a 5-year layoff, and now she's 1-1 in her return to the UFC, and she's making her flyweight debut. In her first fight back, she looked great. It looked like she was the best shape she had ever been in. She had clean takedowns and a finish, but in her last fight, she went 1 for 6 in takedown attempts, and she was just a step behind in the striking, and that's what lost her that decision. Miesha Tate's a very good wrestler and grappler with technical striking. People forget that she is the former bantamweight champion of the world. She's pretty good everywhere, including jiu-jitsu off her back, and that is how she won the belt. She submitted Holly Holm off her back. Lauren Murphy is coming off that title loss to Valentina Shevchenko, but it's important to remember she legitimately earned that fight. It wasn't like they just put that together because Valentina smoked everybody. Lauren Murphy put together 5 solid wins in a row to earn that title shot, but she was beat pretty bad in that fight. But Lauren's a grinder. She's gritty. She's tough. She has incredible will and determination. She's just going to stick to a game plan. Wrestling and just muscle clinch work is her skill set, but her strongest asset is absolutely her sheer will to win. Her striking is a bit sloppy, but it is there, and it's in your face. Lauren's only path to victory in this fight, as is every other fight that she's in, is to just really bully. But the question is, can she bully Miesha Tate? Because Miesha at 125 might be massive. We're not sure, right? She's a 135-pounder, was decent size there, looked jacked in her first fight back, and now she's dropping down 10 pounds. So we don't know if Lauren Murphy's going to be able to push her around. It's a really tough fight to pick because, again, it's Miesha's first fight at flyweight, so I have no idea how strong she'll be, what her cardio is going to be like. Is she going to be slower? We just don't know yet. So instead of trying to figure out what Miesha's going to look like, let's look at who beat Lauren Murphy and how they beat her. And she's got 5 losses in the UFC. Shevchenko dominated the striking and the grappling. Sijara Eubanks dominated the grappling. Liz Carmouche dominated the grappling. Sarah McMahon dominated the grappling. And Caitlin Chikagian just does whatever the hell she does. And my point here is if you take Lauren Murphy down, you remove the ability for her to bully you, you're going to win that fight. And I have to assume that Miesha Tate at 125 pounds will be strong, will be as good of a wrestler as she was at 135 pounds, and she might be able to do some of her own bullying here. So I think Miesha can come forward, work in the takedowns, and win a decision here. So, you know, anybody talking about Miesha Tate's old, used up, whatever, she's significantly younger in this fight, and I think she can win this fight. I do think the odds are a bit wide because Lauren Murphy's a proven entity at this weight class, and Miesha Tate is almost just moving weight classes to try to find a win. What do you think, Jakey boy?
I think that the weight cut is going to go perfect for her. If you look at her Instagrams, which I'm on there 6, 7, 8 times a day on her Instagram, just waiting for the next post, waiting for the next story, just sending messages after message. Miesha, if you're out there, please unlock or unblock my other account. I'm following you on a few other accounts, but my main account, if you will unblock me, I'd appreciate that. I could not believe she's only 35 years old. You mentioned the age gap. She is only 30. That's like the prime for most people. I mean, I'm in the prime of my life. I'm 35 years old. So that was actually like the most surprising fact because as you mentioned, a lot of people think she's just old, washed up. And the reason I mentioned the weight cut and looking at her Instagram pictures and stuff like that, the other fighter that I'm going to compare her to that made the weight cut, made the drop in weight, and looked fantastic, looked like they did it the right way. A lot of people do the weight cut, and they just try to just cut the extra weight, right? They don't change the way that their body is shaped and react, is Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo changed his entire body to go down 10 pounds of weight. He didn't just try to lose an extra 10 pounds, the week of the fight. Miesha Tate has changed. If you look at her picture, she has changed the way she looks to make this weight cut. She had changed her entire body. So it's going to be an easy weight cut for her. She's going to have the strength advantage. And when you look at Lauren Murphy, decent fighter, but you can just tell the way she moves. She's stiff. She's just not an athlete, right? She's someone that has figured out how to fight the way that she fights, but she's not an athlete, right? She doesn't do anything fluidly in exchanges. Everything just kind of stiff, and she really paid for that versus Shevchenko. Everything was real stiff, and Shevchenko's very fluid in there. And you look at the fights leading up to that title shot that she got. I mean, it's 2 split decision wins, a decision win versus Roxanne Modafferi, and then a submission win versus a girl that's 10-9. So I mean hats off to her for getting to that point, but the wins are not great wins. Not like she was putting people away. She's going to be completely overwhelmed and overmatched in this matchup versus an experienced, very high-level fighter in Miesha Tate. I can see Miesha, she's already talked about title shots. I think she's getting a little bit ahead of herself. She lost her last fight. But I think that she's in the weight class where she can definitely get that title shot again, and who knows what's going to happen. So I'm obviously biased to Miesha Tate, but I think she's very, very good and should dominate this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, it should be interesting. I hope she does, right? I do. I hope she does. I would love a Miesha Tate title run, and she's marketable. She's a name. It'll be interesting, to see her work back up. Where Lauren Murphy, she had her chance. Fun fact though, in Miesha Tate's second fight, the last one, the one that she just lost. You remember I picked Ketlin to win that fight. But you remember we went through MMA. Thank you so much. That's how we afford this new house. You remember MMA Junkie?
Oh, the truck.
I literally
Tell
recorded.
About the truck.
I recorded screen.
I know you want to. Look at that smile.
I'm not going to tell strangers because I'm trying to get through this. We recorded the screen, and on MMA Junkie, literally, I don't know how many people they have doing picks. It's like 17, 18. Every single one picked Miesha Tate. Not one of them even went the other way to be different. And I think this is a similar situation. So I do think Miesha wins, but I think this is a similar situation where people are just ignoring the fact that Lauren Murphy is strong, jacked, and is just crushing people who are not the champion, where Miesha Tate's got some questionable losses in there.
She's split decision wins and a decision win versus Roxanne. She's not crushing people. She's tough, but a lot of times when you say that someone's tough, it's because they're not good at anything. I mean, that's literally when people are like, oh, they're so tough. It's like, well, it's because they're not very good at anything. So, yeah.
All right. Well, $7,400 for Lauren Murphy, $8,800 for Miesha Tate. I don't like these. I don't like these numbers. I really don't. What do you think of the DraftKings prices?
Neither one of them are in mine. I don't like the 88 for Miesha. If she gets some takedowns and stuff, but I would rather her at 6,900.
Yeah, I mean it's I agree. Like Lauren Murphy 7,400. I'm just ignoring your filth.
I know you are. I know you are. You're so over it. I can tell you're just fucking let's just fucking get through this.
It's like you're like a minefield. Just constantly between the people super chatting me, getting me to say horrible things by accident, and you just with the sexual harassment lawsuits just waiting in the background. This is a minefield. Anyway.
Yeah, if Lauren Murphy, female fighters actually watch these videos at any point, it's not going to be good for us as a whole. I got the apologies ready.
Thank God. Yeah. All right. Well.
Oh, there anyway, you go, Angela. What truck you got?
Lauren Murphy at 7,400. My personal life is nobody's business. Lauren Murphy at $7,400 is probably decent value if you think she can pull off the win. Miesha Tate at $8,800. I think she's overpriced, but I do think she wins. I'll probably spend that because we do have to spend the money on some favorites, and there's a lot that I don't like. Monkey Knife Fight Strike Line, we've been saying a lot of more. Like too many more. What like, is this another more? It probably is.
Yeah,
is every fight on this
mentioned,
card going to go to a decision?
Yeah, Lauren Murphy's tough. So, I mean, it's probably is a more.
Yeah, I just don't know if Miesha's going to get to 77, honestly. She looked bad in that Ketlin Vieira fight. Like, desperate. So, we'll see what happens. Guys, you want 50 free bucks? Go to wewantpicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you.